we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today, as promised, I'm here to talk about the goal setting for 2023. I don't bother to set my goals immediately as soon as we jump into the new year. I feel each day is there for a new beginning. So, my goal setting is actually based on 3 different books that I read. One is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Atomic Habits, and the 12-week year. All these 3 books talk about goal setting, habit building, and achievement of goals in a very effective way. I'll show you my way of thinking through these principles that I have learned by reading these books. This is not a book review, but I will use all the principles to set goals for 2023. So my first book is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now in this book, if you have read, it talks about 7 basic habits. Let's begin with the first one, be proactive. So the author talks about 2 areas that we are surrounded with. One is the area of influence and other one is the area of concern. We cannot do much about area of concern, but we can always do something about area of influence. Suppose in my case, I cannot do much about my subscriber number, but always I can upload as many good quality videos as I want to. Similarly, he talks about begin with end in the mind. So one has to have a mission statement, values, and surrounded with these 2 should be the goals. For me, my core values would be abundance, authenticity, balance, calmness, honesty, simplicity, gratitude, organization, inner joy and peace, and health. The first thing first method is used by most of us for finding out which things should be prioritized in our day-to-day basis as well. Like something that is not important but urgent, delegate. Something that is not important and not urgent, say simply no. Something which is important and urgent, so we have to take the action immediately. Something which is important but not urgent, so that needs to find importance in our schedules, in our routines. We have to take time for that. So our daily agendas and at the same time goals can be defined around this. Now the next habit, what it talks about is we trying giving back to the society or people around us. Seek to understand and to be understood. He especially talks on a corporate setting, but essentially it works in any sort of a relationship. We always think that we are being judged or we are not being listened to or nobody is empathetic. So in that case, we need to understand that these qualities we need to show others as well. We talk about synergizing. That means teamwork or seeking help from others. If you want to go fast, as they say, go alone. And if you want to go far, then team up. Similarly, sharpen your saw. So Abraham Lincoln said that give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend first 4 hours sharpening my axe. Reason is, if our axe here is our mind, health, and emotions. So, if we do not take care of these facets of life, we will not be able to succeed in life whatsoever. Now, this is called the circle of life, where I have drawn a 10 concentric circle. Please excuse my drawing. But here, what I am doing is dividing it into 4 quadrants, because this is what our goal or my goal for this year 2023 is. And now I'm going to circle based on how much I am rating that particular area of my life as. So say my relationship is say 7 on 10, and similarly I'll rate my health say 4 on 10. And once I have done that, I will write all my goals under this based on what I want to achieve and why did I rate myself like that. All my goals will be SMART goals, like specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Health goal, because this is one of the easiest one to understand. So most of us say that for this year I want to get healthy, or I want to be healthy. But define healthy for me. What is healthy for you might not be healthy for someone else. So define your healthy. And just as an example, I would say I want to lose weight by 20 kgs by end of December 2023. So I am putting a measurable amount from wherever my weight is. Or rather, I would say I want to be a marathon runner of 42-kilometer race by end of September 2023. Or I want to gain muscle by X percentage and reduce my body fat to 8% from 12% by end of April 2020. These are not my true goals, but these are just some examples that I'm giving just in case any one of you might have certain health goals. So like this, you will be able to measure how much you have achieved. So now that our goals are ready, we will use the concept of 12-week a year, where the author says is to compress your goals to 12 weeks. Use 1 week as your buffer week. Now this concept is called as periodization, and it is often used for athletes where you are pushed towards your goals, where you can do lots of reviews. If you see, by this method we'll have a quarterly review, yearly review, then we'll have monthly reviews and weekly reviews. Also, you will check on your daily task whether or not you have done anything to achieve those goals. So it brings out max productivity out of you and you achieve more. So the 13th week is a bonus week, just in case you have not been able to achieve all your targets, or you have achieved all your targets and it's a celebration time. You can take vacation, you can relax, you can plan. So that particular week becomes a buffer. It works amazingly if you have the flexibility to plan your work and check all your progress if your yearly goals are already defined for you. So I'll go ahead and define all my goals in these 12-week block for each quarter. Now we have thought of all this, but how will we do all the habit development? How will we achieve all this? And here comes atomic habit. Here the author talks about 4 things: cue, craving, ease, and rewards. By in cue, it says make the habit obvious. Like if you want to drink 5 liters of water, make the water bottles accessible for you. So if you sit on your work desk for 6 hours, keep 3 bottles there. Put 1 bottle near the TV time wala situation and 1 for the morning bedside table, something like that, to just kind of insist to your mind and make it very easy for you to follow that habit. Reduce all the friction that is stopping you to uh, reach that habit. Similarly, for cravings, he talks about temptation bundles, like joining any kind of clubs or gym or any kind of society service, where you make a habit a ritual, like you are stacking your habit on top of something which comes really naturally to you. Similarly, make it super easy. Break it down to the bite-sized pieces. I have spoken about this while I was setting my goals, that though I want to walk 11 kilometers, if I make it on day 1 that I want to walk 11 kilometers, I will never be able to reach that. Right now I have joined a yoga class. My yoga teacher always talks about, even if you're not able to do completely, you're not able to touch your toe completely, bend down wherever you can and eventually you will reach it. So breaking down things in a bite-sized pieces, acceptable pieces, so that it becomes easy. And like always, after you have achieved all this, you need to reward yourself. I've spoken about in my health goals, all the non-food rewards that I have planned for myself. You can check out my video to know more. One of the difficult goals that I feel is, how do we create goals for mental health and how do we measure it? How do we make it a habit? So just in case if you have something similar goal, then here is my thought process on this. So I want to make myself calm, peaceful in my actions by practicing daily mental exercises, meditation, daily journaling or thought logs. How do I track all this? By seeing whether I'm doing all this on a day-to-day basis. And most important, having a positive self-talk with myself. Understanding there are certain things that I cannot change and there are certain things that I have to accept. Always not forgetting that there is an area of influence and area of concern. Now let's talk about relationship. Again, one of the things which is more quality based than quantity based is, I want to build a fulfilling, happy, trustworthy relationship with my loved ones. Now, what actions will I take and how will I make sure that this turns into a habit is by making a daily conversation time in my daily routine as a fixed habit, like stacking it with a habit which already exists, like a conversation time during tea time, breakfast or dinner time. Say if this is the exact same goal, if I have it, so I will say that I will spend 30 minutes in morning tea time with Anshuman and spend like 30 to 20 minutes with Ishi after lunch or with a coffee. So how will I track this, that whether or not I'm having weekly family time? It could be lunch time together, as I mentioned, or a breakfast time, whether or not we are having a movie time together, family outings, a games night, family chats over snacks. Similarly, for an outing sort of things, like whether or not we are going for a short break, weekend getaways, staycation, visit family. Other than my immediate family outside, like I need to call my parents daily, call my friends weekly. So these are some small trackers that I have kept for myself. As you can see, I have already marked that I have lost 1.5 kgs by now, and I have cut down 82. Many of these parameters are already there in my weekly trackers. If you have seen my videos of bullet journaling, you would know that I like to track all these things on a weekly basis. The more you can know by watching my video. I hope you found this video helpful, and we come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching.